I really, it just about like figuring your opponent out. Just any little thing, just any little thing, like just how he react off of stuff, like any his move.
And Lamont Roach are set to face off, and while fans see a stark difference between the two, it may not be as drastic as it seems. Yes, Davis is the more famous fighter and a world champion, but Roach shouldn't be underestimated. He holds an impressive 30-win record and dominated Frank Martin in June, using his speed and power to take control before a knockout in the middle rounds. However, Roach faces challenges as his knockout power is still unproven in the lower weight classes, making this matchup intriguing. Though not another Frank Martin, Roach will need to overcome this to compete at Davis level. Since his only career loss to Jamal Herring in 2019, Lamont Roach has secured 6 straight wins. His most notable victory came last November when he narrowly beat Hector Garcia by split decision to claim a world title. Interestingly, Garcia had been stopped by Davis in the 9th.
No. I mean, that was just a decision I made with being mad.
And Davis from Baltimore. Their upcoming bout is expected to be a box office success. The main concern, however, is Roach's lack of recognition and smaller fan base, which could impact the fight's appeal outside the ring. The upcoming matchup between Lamont Roach Jr. and Gervonta Tank Davis has sparked a lot of conversation among boxing fans. Roach is set to face one of the hardest hitters in the lightweight division, presenting a significant challenge for any fighter, but especially for Roach. However, the World Boxing Association, WBA, has granted Roach permission to move up to 135 ulbs, setting the stage for his highly anticipated showdown against Davis on December 14. Davis, one of boxing's brightest stars, has become known for his exceptional talent, intelligence in the ring, and fight-altering power. The WBA's decision to allow Davis to handpick opponents from the super featherweight division to defend his lightweight title has raised some eyebrows. When the news of the Davis versus Roach fight broke, many fans expressed disappointment, criticizing the bout as an underwhelming matchup. They expected Davis to face one of the other top-tier fighters in the 135 pounds division, not someone from the lower weight class. One boxing fan even took to social media platform X, formerly Twitter, stating they wouldn't be watching the fight due to Roach's perceived lack of competitiveness. Davis, never one to shy away from speaking his mind, had a blunt response. "Now shut the hell up and get back to what you were doing." But despite the doubts, Lamont Roach may have more to offer than many realize. Roach has an impressive background, starting with his success as an amateur. He won gold medals at both the National Golden Gloves and the USA Boxing Youth National Championships in 2013, showing early on that he was a fighter to watch. Shortly after turning professional in 2014, Roach signed with Golden Boy Promotions while studying at the University of Maryland. His career started strong, going undefeated in his first 20 fights and collecting 3 minor titles along the way. In 2019, Roach faced his first major challenge when he went up against Jamal Herring for the WBO super featherweight title. Despite a valiant effort, Roach lost a decision to Herring, marking his first career defeat. However, Roach didn't let the loss define him. Since then, he has bounced back with 6 consecutive victories, including a significant win last November when he defeated Hector Luis Garcia by split decision to claim the WBA super featherweight title. The Garcia win stands as Roach's most notable victory to date, but it also draws comparisons between Davis, as the two fighters share Garcia as a common opponent. In January 2023, Davis faced Hector Garcia in a lightweight bout and stopped him in the 9th round, showcasing his signature power. Meanwhile, Roach's win over Garcia, while impressive, came by split decision, and though he hurt Garcia late in the fight, it wasn't nearly as dominant as Davis' performance. As Roach prepares to move up to lightweight and challenge Davis, many question his ability to handle the power and pressure Davis brings to the ring. Roach's legitimacy as a challenger is still under scrutiny, with some boxing fans wondering if he truly belongs in the same conversation as Davis. Nonetheless, Roach's decorated amateur career and steady rise through the professional ranks suggest he shouldn't be overlooked. In addition to his 6 straight wins since the Herring loss, Roach has consistently displayed good ring IQ, speed, and a technical approach. His lack of knockout power, particularly at the higher weight class, is a concern, but he has proven to be a tough, durable fighter who can go the distance against top-level competition. Roach also comes into this fight with the hometown advantage, as the bout is expected to take place in Washington, D.C., where Roach grew up. Despite being from nearby Baltimore, Davis will also have strong support from the local crowd, as he's headlined previous events in the area, including a fight against Hector Garcia at the Capital One Arena earlier this year. With both fighters drawing from their regional fan bases, the fight is expected to be a box office success, even if some fans remain skeptical about Roach's chances. One key element of this matchup is how Roach handles the transition to lightweight. Moving up in weight is always a challenge, but facing someone like Davis, who carries significant knockout power in the division, adds another layer of difficulty. Davis, often regarded as one of the sport's most powerful punchers, has made a habit of ending fights with his explosive left hand, which has been responsible for many of his knockouts. Davis' fight with Hector Garcia earlier this year was a prime example of how dangerous he can be once he finds his rhythm. Although Garcia controlled the early rounds with his southpaw jab, Davis gradually worked his way into the fight, using his speed and timing to land powerful shots. In the 9th round, Davis caught Garcia with a straight left that sent him stumbling, and a flurry of follow-up punches forced Garcia to retire on his stool between rounds. Davis' ability to adjust mid-fight and capitalize on his opponent's weaknesses makes him an especially tough opponent for Roach. In the fight against Garcia, Davis demonstrated his ability to bait his opponent, using feints and subtle movements to set up his power shots. Roach will need to be wary of falling into similar traps, as Davis' ring intelligence is just as dangerous as his punching power. Roach's performance against Garcia showed that he can compete at a high level, but his inability to close the fight with a knockout raises questions about his ability to finish strong against someone like Davis. In their fight, Roach hurt Garcia in the 11th round and was credited with a questionable knockdown in the 12th. Though the win was a significant achievement, it wasn't the dominant performance many expected, and some felt Garcia had done enough to earn a draw or even a victory. As the December 14 fight draws closer, the biggest questions surrounding the bout revolve around Roach's ability to withstand Davis' power and whether his technical skills will be enough to neutralize the physical advantages Davis possesses at lightweight. Roach's team will likely focus on using his speed and boxing IQ to outmaneuver Davis, but it remains to be seen if that strategy will hold up once Davis starts landing his heavy shots. While some fans may have written off Roach's chances, the 28-year-old fighter is determined to prove he belongs on the world stage. A win over Davis would be a career-defining moment for Roach, propelling him to new heights in the sport and silencing the doubters who question his legitimacy as a contender. As for Davis, the pressure is on to deliver another knockout performance and continue his dominance in the lightweight division. Fans want to see him tested against the very best, and while Roach may not be the big-name opponent they were hoping for, Davis knows he can't afford to underestimate his challenger. One misstep could open the door for Roach to pull off a massive upset, and Davis will need to be at his best to avoid that scenario. Whether Roach can rise to the occasion or Davis continues his reign as one of boxing's top stars, this fight has all the makings of an intriguing clash, with plenty at stake for both fighters.